5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. It's the Romello Marcellus Show. The fly uncle you always wish you had.
Bring them out.
Here to give you every aspect of game from a real player's perspective. It's the biggest boss from business, entertainment, love, and life.
Had to find my inner power.
To fashion, etiquette, and current events.
Major show alert.
All to enhance the happiness already inside you.
Today is about the power of you. Check it out. You're now rocking with the best.
Here I am, goddammit. Here I am. Welcome to the Romello Marcellus Show. I'm he, and he is me. Welcome. Welcome once again to the Romello Marcellus Show. Thank you. Thank you for joining wherever you are, because you could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with me tonight. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome once again, goddammit, to the Romello Marcellus Show. Oh, man, you know, I'm thankful to see the day that we are here and able to do some of the things that we are doing. All I can say is this, man, with grace and mercy, man, we are able to see it in the prayers that have been given to us by those who are righteous. I thank you. I thank you. Welcome once again to the Romello Marcellus Show. I am he, and he is me. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, man. We think about the things that we deal with, and man, we ain't seen nothing. You know, the word says that we're not given anything that we can't handle. So perseverance, patience is everything. It is the virtue. Last night, man, we had a heck of a show. Some of y'all have seen the clips and saw what you've missed. Tonight is going to be one of those nights as well. So if you're on this platform tonight, man, it is an interactive platform. Please, by all means, share this platform. Share with all your friends, all the groups you're involved in or you're part of, man. This is our platform. Let's broaden the conversation. Let's broaden the horizons of thoughts, the injected opinions. These are the things that create and invoke intellectual, stimulating thoughts that give us better conclusions to the decisions that we make. Life is all about decisions. And the decisions that we make, a lot of times we sit in places where we've mismanaged things. And we pay for those things we've mismanaged. So, yeah. I'm just giving a direction in which we're going this evening. So while we sit here, we're going to wait for a few other people to join the room. When you join the room, man, throw your thumbs up. We got Brooklyn Batty 204 that's joined the room. We got Toya and the Black Vegan in the room. We have Kimberly Sweets 23s in the room. Welcome. Just to name a few. And as you get in, we got LA Frida Brady is joined the room. LaFrida Brady is joined the room. Welcome. This may be one of those heated topics tonight, man, like it was last night. And off the rip, I kind of apologize for my injected opinions. But that's just me. I'm going to give it to you the way you need to have it. And I'm going to give it to you raw. There's no other way to receive it. I'm not going to dick around with it. I'm going to go straight into it. But let me post this in Instagram first. This is the topic of the story. Bear with me. Naturally, Jordan's joined the room. Welcome, welcome. Now I'm gonna post it here on Facebook so that everyone can have it. The topic of the conversation or discussion this evening. There it is. Everyone has a story. Everyone has a story. Who knows what it is? Only you and God and those that who have played a part of your cast. You know, it's just like music, man. Some music is the soundtrack of your life. You know, whether you want to believe it or not, you could hear something 20 years ago and it could pop up where you're in a grocery store and you'd be like, wow, memories could flood to the front temporal lobe and revisit those experiences like they happened today. I'm gonna read you a little something, man, from somebody, and I want to see what your thoughts are. This is someone's story that came to me. All right, because everyone has a story. Here it goes. Let me first say the power of decision is everything when it comes to making a play in life. I was born to one colorful family, child of Lawrence and Sheila, and they were both hardworking, loving, caring, and stern when needed. They instilled strong values in me and my 5 siblings. As a kid, I was a dreamer as well as as a doer, mischievous at times. My soul was as my being in the company of those who were older and more mature than I. Those like grandparents, uncles, neighborhood dealers, pimps, robbers, looters. You get the picture. The one person that had the greatest influence on my life was my great grandma, my grandma Annie. Yeah, she was a classic. She was classic in every way, the portal to who and why we existed. She wore the struggle every day. She came from a regal and was as regal as Queen Nefertiti herself. She wore her golden crown. Her hair was silver and pepper. Her hands, although callous, anyone could still see the hands used for hard labor, the hard labor of her youth. Annie had a routine daily. She got up at 5:30 a.m., said her prayers, then got dressed. But what made her different is although her hair was long, she put on what she called a hair wig or her hair hat, her apron, and she'd grab her change purse and then her 2-shot Derringer. If anyone wanted to know what a 2-shot Derringer was, it's a pistol about this small and it had 2 barrels on it. And this is what she carried daily, her change purse and her 2-shot Derringer. Okay. Annie was the matriarch of our huge family and the eldest girl of 9 siblings. Her father, John Carroll, was an extension of a wild mix of culture, Cherokee, Indian, and African American slave. He was a business owner when niggas weren't allowed to have shit, let alone their own general store in an area which was visited by all that was there. Anyway, too far back. Let me stay focused on the story. I mean, it's relevant. Well, I spent my summers with my mama Annie. I learned so much about life. I got money 101 from her. Finance was an art for her, as it was for most people back in that time who made a living on a way out of no way, whether they were sharecroppers, business owners, or everyday workers. The point I'm making about this is this. Everyone has a story of humble beginnings, but we choose in life to judge those that may be in positions that have compromised their lives to where they are short in their comings. Everyone has a story. Everyone has a story of mismanagement when it comes to their finance or their personal being, their bodies, the decisions they made to be involved with people who really didn't mean them any good, because they have a heart or they have a position of caring and they've donned those carings on people. And I'm speaking of people in general, everyone, whether your creed or race dictates who you are in the society in which we live. What's your story? Is it worthy of being told? Is it? Or is it something that's you feel is minuscule? Everyone's story needs to be told. Like the story or the few quatrains I read from someone else's story. I don't know how you received that or what you took from that. There was someone who was guided by the elders of his or her family that put them in the mindset of being more mature before their time. A lot of us are left to our own devices. A lot of us have been abused in the midst of our elders because they themselves weren't mature enough to receive the responsibility of us being in their presence or in their lives. So everyone has a story. To gauge that is this: in the lack of perfection in our decision making, we are taught, we're tried by fire. Diamonds are only produced through pressure. So in every aspect of your life, man, there's always going to be some pressure. You know, even if you're on top of the mountain, be prepared to go down into the valley because you're going. Think about it. You look at Mount Kilimanjaro or Mount Everest, there's no vegetation up there. So there's no way to sustain life. And the only way to sustain life is to go down into the valley. That is where the water sources are. That is where the fruits are hanging from the trees, and the majority of the animals are there that you can survive on. But at the same time, while surviving, you have to be willing to name the things that you encounter. This is what gives you ownership over your trials, your tribulations, your growth. They're called chapters of your life. Welcome. Daily Dahlia's in the room. Welcome. Centerpieces joined the room. Welcome. Welcome. Thank you. You could have chose to be anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with us. Thank you. Everyone has a story. What's your story? What things have you gone through that have made you stronger? What are some of the things that you have seen others go through around you that have made them stronger? There's multiple stories that are worthy to be told, to be inspirations to other people that are coming behind you, those that don't even know you. You can truly be an inspiration to someone. Is your story worth telling? Is it? You know, I could go on and talk about others, but let me give you another quatrain of this story that I was reading. Anyway, things for me got live at 10 and 11 years old. There's a 10-year-old, 11-year-old. One summer night hanging with all the cousins. Here's a kid telling you that if you weren't family, they didn't deal with you. You know, I'm gonna pause with that because a lot of the things that we're taught as kids by watching those that are older than us perpetuate the decisions we make. Okay. So with that said, done, it's like, how do you really govern yourself when the persons before you that you think are what they should be for you are not what they should be for you? It would take you a lifetime to find that out a lot of times when you've already made 50 million mistakes that could have very well cost you so much. What's your story? Who are you? Have you had a silver spoon in your mouth the whole time? I doubt it. Most of us haven't. Self. We were talking last night about body counts, even in your relationships. How many people have you given yourself to and extended the lack of value or the lack of value placed on yourself to someone who wasn't worthy of your conversation, let alone your inner person, the energy exchanges? Hmm? My thoughts to those that I come in contact with doing this show or doing the show that we're doing is one in itself to say, well, what do you truly bank on when it comes to people that you look up to or you look forward to being a part of your growth in life? Who have you trusted with those things? Good evening. I'm Mallory Champion in the room. Welcome, Charlotte, North Carolina. Hey, if you just joined the room, the topic of the night is everyone has a story. Everyone has a story. The question is, through your story, how much have you mismanaged yourself in the midst of your story? And even through your mismanagement, how much value have you increased with yourself or have you lost in yourself? That's the topic tonight. Those are the extension or the extended questions that are connected to the topic. That's the topic. So, to say the least, man, I'm sure managed and miscalculated dealings with people, dealings in work, career, or listening to ill-advised things. Welcome.
Can you hear me?
Loud and clearly. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. So the
Everyone
topic
has a
tonight,
story.
everyone has a story. Absolutely.
My question with that is that a lot of times in our stories, we've mismanaged or missed windows through lack of information to make the proper decisions that have could potentially hurt us or devalue us. And even in the midst of mistakes, is there value to be applied to our lives going forward, or those that are seeking value in us as guides to their lives?
I would have to say it depends on where a person is in their growth, their personal growth. If they do have a markered past, are they aware of their markered past being what it is? Are they accepting of it? And are they doing their due diligence to heal the necessary things so they can overcome and just be a better person, not only for themselves, but everyone that they encounter?
Mm-hmm. That's the real question. You know, a lot of times people bask in their mistakes or their ill decisions, and they self-destruct.
I healing is not an easy thing to do as someone who has been through quite a bit. And so, you have to kind of go back to where it all began so you can start to understand the triggers that you have or just certain behaviors. And sometimes your past can be so painful that it's, you're reliving that for a second time.
Mm-hmm.
But it is a decision that you have to make. Are you okay with the life that you have today as it is? Is it something that you see better for yourself? Sometimes we don't even see that there is an opportunity to even be better, or that we can do anything within our power to fix it. Not a lot of people are willing to seek counseling. That's one thing that I had a problem with, just because of the stigma that came with that, but I did it. And one thing that I learned about counseling, it gives you the tools to walk up to the water, but there's a step that you have to take all on your own. It's that faithful step to actually drink it, and for me, that's facing everything and understanding that sometimes we are a victim of our circumstances, and it's okay, especially as a Black woman, we've been bred to be so strong. And so when you see certain things that may have happened to you in your past, you don't want to recognize yourself as having those moments of weaknesses, or someone got over on you, or whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
It's healing is an ongoing process, but you have to show up for yourself every day. If you do want to be the very best version of yourself. And the hope would be is that you find someone that you can share some of those traumas or hurts with, and they get a glimpse into who you used to be, and they can compare it to who you are and how you move currently. And so for me, every day it's it's meditation, it's prayer, it's just asking for guidance, asking for clarity, asking for patience to try and understand things that I just don't understand, things that were never put in place into my life that I may have to learn from other people, but just to see, the lessons that turn into blessings for me and apply them as necessary, not being so resistant to what just makes sense. And then, that golden rule, you treat others how you want to be treated. And if you know that you have a certain set of standards that you live by, or that you are implementing into your life at this point, you also want to treat others to that same standard. You don't want to lessen the treatment that you give to others. So kindness goes a long way. Treating a janitor the same way you would treat the CEO of the company. But that's something that you have to do daily, so that becomes who you are and not just something you do, if that makes sense.
Plenty. So on point. So on point. I thank you for coming on. I thank you for your time. I truly appreciate it.
Anytime. Thank you for everything that you do.
Yeah, as I was saying, everybody has a story. What's your story? Is your story in your mind worth sharing or not? You know, We're all inspirations to some of us. We just don't know a lot of times who that may be. And yeah, we have to figure that thing out.